Hey, my name is Welch. I'm a shy introvert, and I'm married to Sarah Welch, an extrovert. For those of you who know us, you know that I'm a very shy or quiet person, and Sarah is not. This is my story of life with an extrovert. Sarah and I first met at high school at the Arkansas School for Math and Science in Hot Springs, Arkansas, back in 1996. We first met when I asked her to be my physics lab partner. I must have sounded confident at the time because she didn't know I was shy. We then later went to the same college and were married in Rolla, Missouri in 2004. From this point on, I knew that I would have to adjust to life with an extrovert, and it's been great. So what exactly is the difference between an introvert and an extrovert? Well, it's primarily from where they gather their energy, either from within or from others. I'm firmly in the introvert camp, and Sarah is decisively an extrovert, which makes life interesting. Let's see, I also like my quiet alone time, whether it's biking, reading, or coding, whereas Sarah is actually anything but quiet, and sometimes will even break out in song and dance, even in public. Very foreign to me. Also, us introverts have a hard time sharing our feelings sometimes, whereas Sarah, being an extrovert, doesn't. I rarely have to ask her what she's thinking. She just tells me. And sometimes even in song. And she also sometimes tells the Twitterverse things, even if I'm not ready for them to be told. This is funny because I'm not a big Twitter user. And also, because of my life with an extrovert, I don't have to worry about not having enough stuff to do on the weekends and so forth. Sarah always has something planned out, whether it's a trip to the museum, dinner with friends, or anything like that. And that is Alton Brown. All right, but sometimes this begins to feel like aversion therapy for crowds, and it begins to become a little overwhelming for me. And situations like this are a potential nightmare. Crazy extroverts. But we also experience things differently, especially at museums. I tend to obsessively read everything, as you can see that here. But because of that, I was able to once actually touch a piece of the Titanic at a Titanic exhibit, just because I read everything. I've also learned to be a little bit more assertive. I have a weird allergy to red onions, and so if I'm served this, and I've asked for no onions, I'll make sure to send it back rather than just scraping them off. Yeah, thanks. I've also learned to be a little bit more outgoing, and instead of just wearing a plain t-shirt, I'll try to wear more of a funny shirt. Threadlets and Root are great for this. Let's see, I've also learned to truly enjoy Halloween. I went from being Sarah's vampire victim in 2008, which barely required a costume at all, to being Futurama's Dr. Zoidberg this year. It was awesome. So was the mall crawl. But I've also learned to not turn completely red when someone says so much as does so much as even saying my name. I knew you'd say that, Terry. Believe it or not, this used to be a serious problem for me. Sarah and I also have differences when it comes to how we approach a problem. Oftentimes we'll take a more detailed approach to a problem, and Sarah's more big picture. This works out well, though, when we're working together, as we tend to complement our working styles. So that's a good thing. So now that you've heard some of what I've learned with my life with an extrovert, what can you do if you're in this situation as well? Well, you can try to socialize in smaller groups, or wear a funny t-shirt, that kind of thing. What if you're feeling overwhelmed? Tell your significant other extrovert if you are, because they often don't recognize that we're feeling overwhelmed. Also, are you worn out from talking to 800 plus people and need to recharge? If so, tell your extrovert and just let them know that you need some time by yourself. This really is a case of, it's not you, it's me. Let's see. Oftentimes our significant other extroverts might think that we don't like social situations, but that's just not true. We just have a hard time dealing with larger crowds, and so it's a bit more draining. Anyway, finally, let your significant other extrovert push your boundaries just a little bit, change your wardrobe color palette, dress up for Halloween, and enjoy something outside of your comfort zone, like giving an Ignite presentation. Thank you.